sloppy with bullets in your body. Fuck a news report, the only report is an autopsy.
Hey yo, it's Battle Rap's Coroner, man. And you tuned into the Autopsy report. Don't get put in that bag. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media platforms at BR Autopsy Report. Yo, we got Mr. Wavy versus Drugz just dropped on the URL app. I got some bars, I got some notes, you know what I mean? So we gonna get into it. Mr. Wavy comes out in this first round, you know what I mean? He said he'll put everybody in his crew in a box for cheap, like Little Caesars, fire bar. He had a ludicrous line in there that was crazy too, you heard me? He's talking about how him and Twerk sound alike, how people say they sound alike, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. But credit to Drugz on the defensive tip. A lot of people, when they break down battles and do recaps, they don't talk about the defense a lot. You know what I mean? They just go through the bars round by round. But Drugz had some defense in this first round against Wavy when Wavy was rapping. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Drugz is like predicting Mr. Wavy's rounds. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, bars. Like, so Mr. Wavy be in the middle of a bar, and he's basically saying his bars are so predictable, he's actually saying his bars with him, which is crazy. So Drugz comes out his first round on fire from the jump. Like, he was already in the middle of it, already cooking, like, you know what I mean? I thought that was crazy. Threw a punch and then said get wave or wire, like his fantasy football bar hit crazy. He said get out your monsoon, which was another crazy bar. It was like a crazy flip on words. I know I ain't saying it exactly right, but when y'all see it, y'all gonna be like, oh, wow, yeah, that shit hit. You heard me? He had a Jumanji line in there that was crazy. Drugz came out on fire. His first round was like a solid 7-8 round, like, you know what I mean? I gave the first round clear to Drugz over Mr. Wavy, you know what I mean? But the second round got crazy. Mr. Wavy, before even Mr. Wavy starts rapping, all you hear is my man Ike P. You know Ike P from Restore Order Podcast. Shout out to them and everything they got going on over there. Fucking entertaining. One of the most entertaining podcasts, you know what I mean, in battle rap right now. So salute to them. All you hear is Ike P's One Zippington. Loud and clear as day, right before Mr. Wavy started rapping. So I thought that was crazy. After his Ultimate Madness loss to None, he thought about, you know, committing suicide, but he turned to Drugz. Like, the way he broke it down was fire. I don't think he was serious about committing, you know what I mean? But I think he was just using it as a bar, like, and I thought it was crazy. He had a drug lord line in there. That shit was crazy. You barely made a name after the group, like Kelly Rowland. That shit was fire. That shit hit for me. Next shot, sound like the muffler broken. That shit was fire. And then he had a line. He said, I hit hard, that's just how it sound. That shit was crazy. Mr. Wavy was definitely cooking in his second round. He talked about the moon fight, and you know, I know y'all heard me use this. That nigga was aggressively funny, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a fine line where you can stay aggressive and still be funny. And Mr. Wavy is one of those battle rappers that can do that. You know what I mean? So I thought his second round was the best round of the battle for him. Drugz come out in his second round. Full wave, like Miss America line was crazy. One dropping wave. Now here comes the ripple effect. That was crazy. Shot out of control wave. It'll shoot a grand rapid or something like that. That was crazy. Wait till y'all hear that shit the way he said it. Blade to miss the neck like the color purple line hit. Drugz is really starting to let his personality show. He had an Autobot shockwave line in there, which was crazy. But yo, somebody was talking during this round. So they like, yo, keep it down. If you look at Smack when they do that shit, Smack look mad as hell. Like, if looks could kill niggas. But yeah, solid second round from Drugz. I thought this round was actually better than his first round as well. But I slightly gave it to Mr. Wavy. I thought he did enough. I thought he had enough punches, enough energy just to squeak that round out. Very close, competitive round. They both was on fire. Now you know going to the third, it's 1-1. Round 3, Mr. Wavy comes out. He talks about how Drugz only got 1 win on the app and 8 losses. Funny shit. Drugz co-signs it like, yeah, he right, nigga, facts. Like, you know what I mean? Which was funny. Another defensive mechanism, now I mean, Drugz be having, man. Drugz defenses, you know what I mean, up there with like Jay Murder. Jay Murder got annoying defense though. It's defense, like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Nobody talks about defense in battle rap. He said the most famous nigga to beat Drugz was Lamar Odom, crazy bar. He had a painkiller bar that was crazy. He said that Drugz was a good dad. They don't want to watch their own dad battle, you know what I mean? Even they say no to Drugz. That shit was crazy. The way he set that up, stick by the gum. You want to do all that extra shit, that was fire. Mr. Wavy had some fire bars, but his energy wasn't there in this third round. Like, you know what I mean? It was like the bars was fire, but it was like pauses in between. His energy was off or something like that. So, but then, you know what I mean? I took a swig of some water, some juice, and he started picking it back up. He finished strong, but it was definitely a beatable round. Drugz come out in his third round. He's talking about, he said you was dancing with the judges, but you still not among the stars. Wave slowly but surely comes to an end. The way he set that bar up, that shit shook the room. Like, you know what I mean? All three of his rounds was solid. Like, second round was crazy. First and third was super solid. Like, you know what I mean? He was hitting him with haymakers in the third round. All body shots. Like, you know what I mean? Pat hit him a couple jabs and a body shot. He had a Kobe line in it that was crazy. Haymaker after haymaker, you know what I mean? Overall, I thought it was a good battle. I definitely recommend watching this battle on a URL app. Like I said, I gave the first round to Drugz. I gave the second round slightly to Mr. Wavy. And round 3, I gave the Drugz clear. Yeah, man, 2-1 Drugz. Mr. Wavy be back. But right now, you just got put in that bag. Nigga, you already know what it is. Hey, yo, shout out to Drugz, you know what I mean? Keep cooking, my nigga. Shout out to Mr. Wavy. Keep cooking, bro. Hey, yo, it's your boy, Battle Rap's Coroner, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Caffeine too, man. An Autopsy report, nigga. Don't get put in that bag.